Madam Speaker, even as the committee sits, the Committee on Appointments, once approved today, starts its sittings to deal with this matter. I will be asking the committee from the very beginning, and this is very important, that even as we look at the suitability or otherwise of individual persons who have been nominated by the President, you need to look at the whole package first in context. In context. Does it meet the tenets of the Constitution? For instance, we know clearly under Article 10 of the Constitution that talks about values, principles of good governance, national values. We know there are issues of equity, regional balance. Do we have a sense of that in the entire package? That is very important. Even before you get to address the suitability of individual members. That's very important. Does it meet gender balance? Does it address issues of persons living with disabilities, and so on and so forth? So that is very important. But when we finally embark on addressing the issues to deal with individual persons, we must not lose sight of the requirements of the Constitution. We must not lose sight of the dictates and requirements of the Leadership and Integrity Act, the Public Officer Ethics Act, and the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Act. Madam Speaker, I'll be pleading with the members of this committee, and indeed the whole House, that we take it upon ourselves to interrogate, fairly of course, but very, very intensely, each and every individual. Each and every individual. Because, Madam Speaker, everything else that is positive to those offices. So I just want to plead, Madam Speaker, as I second this motion, that this is one such exercise that this House, once it embarks on, the country must be convinced that the House has done justice, not only to the process itself, but to even those persons whose names have been brought before the committee and the House for approval. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I second.